Hey, what's up guys? Chief Pat here, and today I wanted to do a bit of a special video regarding the state of Clash Royale, at least in my opinion. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but honestly, there's a couple of different reasons I haven't made it. Number one, it's really hard to do a video like this and get everything out that I want to say accurately, so I'm going to try my best. And number two, I was really hoping to see some changes in the game that just are apparently never going to happen. So instead of blabbering around, let me just talk a bit by, I guess, starting with the first time I played Clash Royale. I was with a couple of other YouTubers hanging out in Finland doing YouTube things when all of a sudden we got word that we're going to actually be checking out Supercell's new game. Now, a couple of employees had been hyping it up to me, but I still had no freaking idea what it was going to be. Was it going to be like Clash of Clans, Heyday, Candy Crush? No idea. But all of a sudden, on the table plops down a couple of iPads with Clash Royale, and instantly I go head over heels for the game. My absolutely favorite type of games are real-time PvP, or whatever you want to call it, where true skill shines through, which has always been a problem in Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans requires skill to a point, but for certain things, like with trophy pushing, I've done a video on that later, but pretty much real-time PvP in Clash Royale, this game was the game of my dreams. Now, the game was still working out a lot of balancing kinks. When I first played it, it was like 2 months before it went to beta, which, by the way, is extremely hard, and Supercell needs a little bit more credit for all the balancing they do, besides the Expo and Mortar, which they are still brainless about. Sorry, Supercell, if you're listening to this, but all in all, I was instantly hooked to the game. Now, 3 things popped up to me when I was playing it for the first time, though. Number one, the price tag to max out in Clash Royale was already $12,000 on day one, and that was a little crazy to me, seeing as Clash of Clans didn't have a price tag like that to me for years. And number two, literally within the first days to weeks playing, I could already tell that win trading would be a problem, and told the community manager, if you guys don't know what win trading is, it's when you intentionally lose against someone so their trophies get boosted up. And let me stress to you guys though, my opinion is just as valuable as anyone else's. I'm not some sort of god, or I'm not a game developer, not even close. I'm just a normal 23-year-old guy who loves games, but it was very obvious that it was really an inherent flaw in the game from day one. But, you know, they knew that. I told them that. They knew that before I told them that. And yeah, after all the cheating in Clash of Clans, I was really hoping that Clash Royale would stomp things out from the outset, and that's what it seems. And number three, the third thing when I first played, was that free-to-play progression was absolutely absurdly slow. There were some problems in the beginning where you had to pay money to go to battle and stuff like that, but pretty much it was a realization that you're never, ever, ever going to max out inside of Clash Royale without spending good money on the game, and that was something to get used to. However, I wasn't worried because they had already started talking of tournaments and a tournament standard for cards, which makes it so spending money really isn't as important, which is great. So at this point, I'm like a kid in the candy store. Besides the fixable problems that I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking, wow, this is truly going to be the first massively scaled competitive game on mobile. You've got games like Vainglory, which are obviously doing it right, but with Supercell's massive audience already from Clash of Clans, this game is literally going to explode out of a cannon and going to be the game that I've been dreaming of. They're totally going to figure out the ways to make sure that they find the best players in the world, no matter if they're a free-to-play player or a dirty gemmer like me. They'll fix win trading. They're going to fix the free-to-play progression. This is my game. Now, let's fast forward to today, which is, for me, I think July 15th, 2016. And all of that excitement for the future of Clash Royale when I first picked it up has been honestly kicked in the proverbial nuts. Nearly every decision, whether legendary cards that are a near purchase requirement to an extremely poor effort to stop win trading and take cheating seriously, to the nail in the coffin, and the reason I'm doing this video, releasing a tournament feature that is so far from being anything remotely close to what it needed to be, seeing as it's a glorified private server leaderboard which has a million billion problems. Just saying that out loud, I'm just freaking depressed. Like, maybe I'm missing something and being unreasonable, but this isn't even close to what I pictured 6 months ago. I pictured a 100% fair game where players, both free to play and gemmers, had a chance to battle it out and find the best players in the world. That's what I wanted. That's what I feel like a lot of people want when they play a game. They want a chance to be the best, and that's what it was all about for me. And instead, it's just like not even close. So let's start with legendary cards. First of all, legendary cards used to not exist. If you guys didn't know that, maybe you guys picked this up recently or in the last couple of months, but you used to have commons, rares, and epics, and you could easily get every card in the game without shelling out hundreds of dollars. Now, of course, your cards wouldn't be the best level or anything like that, if you're not spending money, but you could at least get every single card. But you had an even playing field as far as available cards went against your opponent, and if you were at the tournament standard, then all was good in the hood. You are even, and you could get to the tournament standard, pretty easily with those cards. But then, legendary cards come out. All of a sudden, you have ridiculously low probability cards that almost always happen to be extremely strong, wonder why, introduced to the game. No longer do you have the same arsenal as your opponent, and you're never going to collect all the legendary cards because it seems like 2 are being released every single month, unless you're spending like hundreds of dollars. This just isn't healthy when you're trying to find the best players in the world, in my opinion. Like, you look at a game like League of Legends, where the best players in the world, they don't have to spend any money, and you can spend a ton of money if you want on cosmetics and other things, but the best players in the world, you don't have to have that. You're on an even playing field at that point at a certain standard, which is the tournament standard in Clash Royale. Like, let people like me spend stupid money on the game to max out my commons, rares, and epics and compete on the leaderboard. And the leaderboard sucks, which we'll talk about in a second, but don't make it so there's certain cards that certain players will never ever have an opportunity to collect, while also having them being some of the best cards in the game. It doesn't even matter if they're the best cards in the game. You can't have a truly skill-based game when all the options aren't on the field at a tournament standard. If someone's been playing for a couple of months for the game, they should have access to all the cards and be on that even level if you're trying to find, true skill and the best players. Now, number 2 is win trading. Now, let me talk about win trading a little bit more. Supercell games have been plagued by modding, cheating, and abuse throughout their existence. Even in heyday, guys, the botting was real. You guys don't even know about the farm botting on heyday. It was real. So, like I said earlier, I had extreme aspirations for them stomping out any funny business from the first day of Clash Royale. And instead, on today, July 15th, it's been 6 months, and there has never, ever, ever, ever been a legit season at the top of the leaderboard. Every single season of Clash Royale has been tainted by win trading, which again is when people intentionally lose against each other to inflate their trophy counts. And almost nothing has been done to stop it. No bans, no slap on the wrists, nothing. Now, you might say, Chief Pat, that only affects the top 200 players in the world. It doesn't really matter. Did you guys know that at the live Helsinki tournament that they broadcasted, that I heard that players were win trading inside of it? Not Jason, of course. Jason did not win trade. Congrats on the victory, bro. I'm glad you won fair and square. Did you know that people have been sending me messages, and I'm sure you're aware of this. It's pretty simple. You can win trade inside of the new tournament feature. Like, I know they have a small game team and can only do so much at a time, which I totally respect, making one of the best mobile games ever with a team of, 12 to 14 people, but it's so depressing that win trading is still around and abuse is still around in a game where it's all about skill. Now, like I was saying, the final straw for me was the tournament feature. You guys might have noticed that I literally have not said the word tournament on my channel since the new update. After legendary cards and win trading, I still had high hopes for the tournaments. I thought that this would be the savior. I had grand ideas of some sort of bracketed format, which they shut down. Best of threes, deck strategy, all of these dreams that I thought for sure would somehow resemble the tournament feature. I'm not the smartest guy. I thought they would be able to put it together. Again, I'm not a game developer, but the people on the team, I've seen what they've done. They've worked on Clash of Clans. They've worked on things like Clan Wars. Like, I thought it was going to be, they were going to make it happen. And the funniest thing that never even crossed my mind is I thought they would be free. I thought money would have nothing to do with tournaments at all. Like that, I did not even have that cross my mind because I already thought the monetization on the cards was already intense enough. And you know what we got? We got we got a glorified private server leaderboard where the leaderboard right now was already the worst part inside of the entire game, where you're literally going blind into a match. You can't make adjustments like you would in some sort of best of series. You're literally spamming the same deck over and over and over and over. There's no card bans. There's no innovation. There's time limits to where it becomes grind to win. Oh, and it's perfectly abusable with win trading. Like, not to mention, they threw in a pay-to-win achievement, the first pay-to-win achievement I've ever seen in any Supercell game that I played, which honestly, I've only really played Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. I played Heyday for like 5 minutes and Boom Beach for like a couple of months, but I haven't been up to date recently. And yeah, the current tournament feature, just straight up, will never, ever, ever find the best players in the world. It's a monetized crapshoot of mudslinging. And it doesn't even seem like they care that its way. This is the way it was designed. Like, it's not something that you can just, I can say, hey, add this in and you're gonna find the best player. No, like this feature isn't gonna be to truly define skill and find the best players. So you're probably thinking now, wow, Chief Pat, you hate this game. Like, you should just stop playing if you hate this game. Like, no, the reason I'm making this video is because I fucking love this game. It is a genius game. It is the best game on mobile to me. I love this game, like, so much. Call me a nerd, call me whatever, but like, I love this game so much, and I'm losing my mind at where it is and what direction it took. Like, this isn't even remotely close to where I thought it would be, and it's just been bringing me down over the last 2 months. You guys have noticed I'm not playing on my main account that much. I did some pushing the other day, but that's like not that serious. I'm going to keep playing, making fun content, and sharpening my skills in case it ever turns into the game and, like, you know, the future of competition that I thought it would be, but I thought it would only be fair to let you guys know what's going through my head. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope I got everything out. I even wrote down some bullet points to try to make sure I said everything I wanted to say. But yeah, this is sad times for the Chief. I thought that this was going to be a game that I could just, like, grind it out, you know, and just have true skill shine through, and it's not that way. And that's the end of this video. Guys, this is my opinion, and opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone has one. I'd love to hear yours, but it's only fair to tell you guys my feelings right now. So drop a comment below with your thoughts, or you can hit me up on Twitter @ChiefPat, but that is it. I will see you guys later. Peace out.